Most exciting destination in all of northern Wisconsin. LCO Casino Lodge and Convention Center, Hayward. LCO.
Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Nave News Update. It's Friday, December 9th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Thousands of water protectors at the Oceti-Sakowin camp on the Cannonball River north of the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation continue to winterize or pack their gear as decisions about their safety and future are deliberated. The Army Corps of Engineers announced on Sunday, December 4th, that they had denied an easement to Dakota Access for drilling under the Missouri River and would conduct a full environmental impact statement that would take up to 6 months to prepare, both policy issues that the Standing Rock Sioux had demanded. Following a week in which the camp swelled to over 15,000 people, including several thousand military veterans supporting the tribe, a North Dakota blizzard with sub-zero temperatures blew in, trapping hundreds at the camp for part of the week. Following the Army Corps' decision and the blizzard that forced the tribe to open 5 emergency centers on the reservation, Standing Rock Chairman David Archibald called for the majority of water protectors to immediately leave the site for their own safety, while many other individuals and organizations contemplate or plan their departure and cleanup from the protest site established last April. Archibald said he was convinced that while Dakota Access may have begun the process of drilling, they would not jeopardize their full project by drilling illegally under the Missouri River, and that in the meantime, mobilizing tribes and water protectors from throughout the world to maintain the Corps' decision by impacting policy, investors, and regulating agencies will need to be the next step to stop the project from crossing near their reservation. Fox Studio has acquired Sherman Alexie's 2007 young adult novel, The Absolute True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. And the studio president, Elizabeth Gabler, has put the coming-of-the-age story on the fast track with a high-profile producing lineup, which includes Wick Godfrey, Isaac Klausner, Lauren Schuler-Downer, plus Hugh Jackman, who will also play a supporting role in the film. The film, which centers on a Spokane Indian Reservation teen who transfers to an all-white high school, where the only other Indian is the school mascot, will mark the first known instance of a studio movie featuring a Native American leading character. Throughout its nearly decade-long run, the book continues to build momentum on the New York Times bestseller list, hitting #1 for the first time in May. It remains a favorite among middle school teachers for its realistic depictions of harsh issues, including poverty and bulimia. Firefighting crews from several Native American tribes have been battling the deadly wildfires in Tennessee. Among the crews that were in Sevier County were the Navajo Scout Type 2 Initial Attack Crew, Mescalero Apache, Fort Apache No. 1, Hopi 1, San Carlos No. 2, Warm Springs No. 1, Warm Springs No. 2, and Chief Mountain IHC. Native Americans also are staffing camp crews, including those from Fort Apache, Arizona, and the Great Onyx Job Corps at Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky. The sequencing of a 10,600-year-old genome has settled a lengthy legal dispute over who should own the oldest mummy in North America, and given scientists a rare insight into the early inhabitants of the Americas. The controversy centered on the Spirit Cave mummy, a human skeleton unearthed in 1940 in northwest Nevada. The Fallon Paiute-Shoshone Tribe has long argued that it should be given the remains for reburial, whereas the U.S. government opposed repatriation. Now, genetic analysis has proved that the skeleton is more closely related to contemporary Native Americans than to other global populations. As a result, the mummy was handed over to the tribe on November 22nd. The Spirit Cave mummy is one of a handful of skeletons from the Americas that are more than 10,000 years old. The skeleton, an adult male, aged around 40 at the time of his death, was shrouded in a rabbit skin blanket and reed mats and was wearing moccasins. He was found with the cremated or partial remains of 3 other individuals. Land surrounding the Ocmulgee Mounds near Macon, Georgia, first settled by Native Americans 17 years ago, has just been designated a national treasure. The National Monument is only the second site in Georgia to earn the designation. Classified as the Ocmulgee National Monument in 1934, the land is significant to the Muskogee, Cherokee, Chickasaw, Choctaw, and the Seminole tribes. The monument contains multiple ceremonial mounds from the Mississippian period of 1,000 years ago, including the only spiral staircase mound known to exist in North America. The Muskogee Creek defined the region as the place where we first sat down, meaning the place where their ancestors first became a settled agricultural society. The monument is an important archaeological site. More than 2.5 million items have been excavated from the area, and many are on display at the park's headquarters and museum. The site includes an earth lodge, a 1,000-year-old ceremonial meeting place with the original clay floor and earthen stools. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the NAVE News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me and have a grand day.